doors down from one of the pastors of this church, who is also one of my dearest friends. Let's just use the phrase, resistance is futile. So I went from being a resistor to being a conscientious objector, so to speak, which I think God enjoyed in her divine sense of humor. Her divine presence was around us. We had lush accommodations. We had wonderful conversations. We laughed, played, prayed, and just plain old relaxed. We spent the Friday night and Saturday getting to know each other through storytelling, which is a fascinating exercise. We broke from our daily routine to reflect on our own individual stories, all the while learning how the author of our life weaves us in a way in which we are all connected. The sum of our stories creates an intricate mosaic of experiences that, when told together, highlights the awesome wonder of humanity, our oneness, our connectedness with she that is divine. We can learn from each other's stories. We can support each other in our stories. But most importantly, we learn that we must tell our story. So on that note, let me leave you with a little story about this retreat resistor and about the humor of God. Prior to reaching the retreat, I had a traumatic day at home. Beth and Brian's dog, Muta, had scared the daylights out of my daughter's new kitten. At the same time that we had all this commotion happening, Beth and I are chasing after this dog. Beth has it by the tail. This kitten takes off. Liam is completely traumatized by the event, opens the back door, runs out screaming and crying down the street. We get everything resolved, we comfort Liam, but I notice about 3-4 hours later, I've not seen this kitten. That doesn't belong to me, it belongs to my daughter. And I looked all over the house, didn't find it anywhere, and it was just kind of gnawing at my mind. Well, I went to the retreat, and upon arriving at the retreat, I found myself paired with a visitor, who's also here today, a French-speaking visitor. Coincidentally, and I use that intentionally, I speak French. But of course, both Pastor Beth's interpretation and others at the retreat said, oh, it's a God thing. He paired the two of you together. Now remember, I'm a resistor of a God that micromanages my life at this level. So I thought, oh no, it's coincidence that I was paired. I speak French with this French-speaking person. Well, the evening went on, and we were supposed to share something that was on our mind that was inhibiting our retreat experience. Of course, all I can think about is this cat. But feeling a little too shallow to share it, I just kind of kept it to myself. We said our prayers in our prayer group, and no more than did we get done saying our prayers, and I feel my cell phone vibrating. So I kind of peek and I look at it, and there's a text message from my husband saying, kitten found. Okay, so at this point, I'm enjoying God's gentle nudging of my resistance. I allow myself to resist a little less in the company of these women and let in just a little the wonder of God's story. Let us pray.